Hello and welcome. Michael here, and today let's do a tap on healing and clearing the lungs. Now, before I get into it, this is not to replace advice by your medical health professional. So in Chinese medicine, we connect the lungs with the emotions and the psychology of one's ability to let go. So if you've got healthy, what we call healthy lung qi, it means that you are able to let go of the past, to learn from it, and to embrace and engulf the present moment. So generally those with healthy lung qi are very good at being in the moment and, really embracing life in its fullness. It's like stop and smell the flowers. So that's the connection. A person with what we call weak lung qi usually has two emotional components, one being the inability to let go of the past, usually manifesting as, resentment, bitterness, holding grudges, 30 years old, 40 years old, lifetimes of age, and an inability to let something go. That usually weakens the qi, and usually their respiratory system will be quite weak as well. The other emotion that's in there usually is grief. So a loose definition of grief is losing something that we believe we need for our own well-being, or we depend on for living. So when we lose something that was very precious to us, it's very hard to feel like we can continue living because we can't imagine our life without that object. So obviously it can be a close one, a loved one, but we can also feel grief with things like losing our favorite bag or our favorite shoes or something like that. Obviously it's not as strong as losing a loved one, and it's natural as well to feel grief. It's very natural to feel it. Where the problem comes in is that it becomes a chronic grief. So, someone passed away who was very dear to us, but 20 years later, 30 years later, we're still grieving over it. So that would be considered some kind of chronic imbalance in the lung qi or the lung system. So we're going to do a tap to help relieve any stuck emotions that are in the lungs, so that you can move forward, you can embrace life, and you can move into your future without heaviness from the past. Okay, so let's begin. Let's tap on the side of the hand first. Just take an easy breath through the nose. Good. Repeat these words if it feels okay. So any resistance in my lungs, any stagnation in my lungs, any bitterness I'm storing in my lungs, and any resentment I've stored in my lungs. It's okay to feel this way. And it's safe now to release and let it go. Inside the eye. So any remaining bitterness or resentment in my lungs, any remaining grief or sadness that has been stored in my lungs. It's okay to feel this way. And it's safe now to let this stuff go. And I'm allowing my lungs to breathe with ease. I'm choosing to release any stagnation in my breath. It's safe now to release any resistance in my breathing. It's safe now to release any grief or sadness that I've stored in my lungs. And I'm open to the possibility of letting all that old stuff go. Deep breath. It's safe now to let all that stuff leave my lungs. It's safe now to move on with my life. It's safe now to take a breath with ease. And I'm releasing any stagnation or tightness in my chest. It feels good to let this stuff go now. Because I've been holding on to it for so long. And I'm ready to let it go. I'm letting go of all these grudges and all this bitterness. And I'm choosing to forgive myself for doing that. And when I forgive myself, I find it easy to forgive others. So I'm allowing myself to forgive myself. Because it's time now to forgive and move on. I give myself love and forgiveness in this moment. And I'm open to giving love and forgiveness to anyone else who's involved. Even if I'm aware of them consciously or unconsciously. It's safe now to forgive and let them go. And I'm allowing my lungs to heal and breathe in new life. I'm allowing myself to move forward with my life. It's safe now to let all this old stuff go. I'm allowing myself to learn all those lessons. And move forward with joy in my heart. And move forward with joy in my lungs. Good. And each breath I take, I bring in new life. And each new breath activates every cell in my body. And every exhale breath releases any stagnation or resistance. And my lungs work at optimal levels. Good. It feels good to breathe with ease. Letting go of anything that's ready to let go. And it feels good to be me. And I fully and deeply love and forgive myself. Deep breath. Relax the hand. Good. So just take a moment to get settled, have a sip of water. You can come back to this tap at any time. And just notice for the rest of your day how your breath feels. If it feels a little easier, a little lighter. And just keep letting go of the past so that you can embrace the present and move forward with your life. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time.